first one in here, I've noticed. It's like it's almost like you've been waiting for me to go live or something. I don't know, but yeah. Everybody okay? I'm okay, thank you. Ended up going out to some group and we did some like running and stuff. Yeah, it was like a kind of, they do fitness and then they do some kind of volunteering sort of stuff. Why are you not feeling well? What's wrong? Yeah, that's not good. Hopefully you'll feel better soon. Welcome in everybody. Hope you've all had a good day. Thank you for the likes, everyone. Alright, 4 likes already. Thank you, guys and girls. So, yeah, just chilling now. Just kind of, yeah, been pretty active today. So, yeah, it's been good. But, yeah, just been focusing a lot on my fitness lately. Just trying to, yeah, just keep progressing with that, really. But, like I said, my goal for the end of the year is to get to 10 pull-ups. Maybe more, but 10 is the bare minimum. But yeah, just say hello if you're watching, people. It's okay, you know. It's okay. How you doing anyway? Just chilling out. I ended up like sweating so much. I ended up kind of causing some like chafing going on. And my sort of inner thighs. I probably should wear something that would actually kind of. Yeah, I'm never really prepared properly. That's my problem. But anyway. Yeah, I hope you're all well anyway. Just chilling out right now and yeah. So like most of my training involves a lot of body weight stuff. I mean, if you know what you're doing, you don't really need to use weights a lot. I mean weights can be good for like training strength and things like that. Training for like absolute strength. But there is types of workouts that don't need weights at all, like the prison workouts and stuff, where they focus a lot on higher rep, like calisthenic stuff, with more about time and attention and stuff. Hello, Spress and Samana, how you doing? Hope you're well. So you're going to be getting like a decent amount of cardio as well when you're doing that, because you're going to be burning a lot of calories. Like when I do my workouts, I mean, I do quite a lot of sets of stuff, and I get a decent amount of cardio, and like it's because I was out running. I've not even hardly run for a while, to be honest. But I went, I was out running and feeling pretty good, feeling like I haven't lost my fitness. Like the types of exercises that I do, and I do like kind of circuit training and stuff, that's gonna like, give you some cardio, because if you're keeping your heart rate elevated, then it's gonna act as like a cardio exercise as well as bodybuilding. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, that's the thing. If you know what you're doing and you can focus on, things like time and attention, and some people do partial reps and stuff as a way to like, Charlie Bronson, yes, I saw that about how he had some crazy like push-up numbers, like over 100 push-ups in a minute or whatever it were, and it's like, it's all about, just kind of getting good at the basics and just continuing to, be able to grind out more and more. It's like just trying to go really kind of, focus on the time under tension and just do like, you could do partials in that more stretch position, really kind of, and then you can just try and go for like volume and just go fast, just go like, because if you're in that like a lot of tension, you can go pretty fast. You can just pulse basically and just get constant tension, and you just keep on adding reps. So you just try and go faster, go like, then you build in those fast twitch muscle fibers and stuff, and you're going to build some slow twitch as well, but you're going to be able to be explosive, and you're going to have some stamina as well. And so it's good to have a mix of both. If you can just focus on, just getting good with the basics, you don't need to worry about any like bullshit, whatever, goofy ass machine exercises that, this has a certain tension curve, whatever. It's like, well, matchmakers. Oh, really? No. Where is everybody? Hang on a sec. What is going on this live tonight? It doesn't seem to be getting pushed out very much, so I'll give it a few more minutes and see, but I might have to restart it soon if it doesn't pick up, so let's see how things go. Hello, Movers Cubic. What do you mean, Movers Cubic? Hello, Hamlet for Dunyan. Oh, thank you. I was watching this guy called Igor, and he does some like crazy leg workout stuff, like quite high rep stuff with like, he does a mixture of like core stuff in between as well, so there's like a kind of superset, because he was saying that he doesn't want to kind of just do nothing between it. So what you could do is, say if you're doing a leg workout, you could then do some mountain climbers in between. That way you can work your legs and then work your core in between. Or you could do some like high knee jumps and stuff like that, and just some like plyometric type of stuff. So you can mix things up, and it just keeps things fresh. To me it just makes it more interesting if I'm constantly switching exercises, and instead of just being very repetitive. You get these bodybuilders doing like very repetitive movements where they'll do like, say, some bench press, they'll do like 5-10 sets of that. I mean, I can't be bothered with that, Ain't nobody got time for that kind of shit. It's just, to me, that would be very boring and kind of just, monotonous, really. I'm from the UK. Yeah, I'm from the UK. My voice, it's just naturally, that's the way it is, Everyone's got a different voice. Hello, Levin. What are you saying? Yeah, I do work out, I'm into fitness. So I was actually at a fitness group tonight, actually. So, hello, the monk. Good to see you. How are you doing? Yeah, I've seen your comments and stuff on my videos. So, thank you for your support. Hello, designated representative. How are you doing? So, what are your thoughts on this like partial rep stuff? Like I was talking about time under tension and all that kind of stuff. Like one dot reps. So, talking about the prison workouts, like the Charles Bronson thing with the like partial push-ups and all that kind of stuff, the time under tension stuff, to try and keep tension on the muscles. That way you don't keep losing tension, and then makes it more effective workouts, some would say. But calisthenics. I've been getting into pull-ups and things, and Bronson. I'd have to look more into his training stuff. But I was I was watching this guy called Igor, because I was watching That's Good Money, and he has some interesting workouts for legs, because I think he's a bit more leg dominant, that guy, but which is a bit unusual for like the calisthenics sort of people, because usually calisthenics people are more upper body dominant, and it's like he does some kind of interesting stuff. He does this thing called the Mike Tyson jump squat, or whatever it's called, which is basically like a kind of like a kind of like a plyometric sort of thing. I'm Dayton. Okay, fair enough. Hello, Lomo. Good to see you. How are you doing? Oh, Lorna Shore. Yeah, me doing my death metal, deathcore kind of vocals, but yeah. Calisthenics are best, but good to do everything. Yeah. I try to mix things in, like I said, I like to try and mix a bit of weight stuff in there, I started doing weighted pull-ups to try and improve maximum strength. Also weighted dips and things like that. So kind of like what some call it street lifting, like the kind of weighted calisthenic stuff. I believe they do don't they do barbell squats as well? Because some might argue that that's a form of weighted calisthenics. I mean, but where do you draw the line with weighted calisthenics then? Because some would say, well, barbell squats is powerlifting or something. I mean, it's some might consider it as like street lifting in a way, because it's you're moving a lot of your body weight and you're using some loads. But some might say the difference is because you're resting the bar on, instead of using like a weighted vest or something, then that could be considered as weighted calisthenics or something. I don't know. It gets a little bit blurry in terms of what is considered as weighted calisthenics and what's considered as just weight training. Yeah. Form is important. Yeah, I do agree. Rest days. It depends on how hard you're working. Same. I mean, dips are generally going to be stronger for almost everybody, because I think it's just in terms of with dips, you're using more muscles, so it's a better, more leveraged exercise for strength, I would say. You can load up more weight on a dip than you can on a pull-up. Because I repped out like 15 kilograms on dips, whereas I can't do that. I can't even do a single rep for 15 kilograms on pull-up. I almost got it, but I couldn't quite do it. Yeah. But yeah, you're using a lot of like your chest, you're using a lot of your shoulders and triceps for dips, so there's a lot of muscles being involved, whereas with pull-ups, it's going to be a lot of lats, and it's just weaker muscles, I think, for a lot of people. But yeah. What's that? Oh, really? What are you saying about Gaddafi or something? Anyway, yeah, pull-ups are generally going to be harder. Max deadlift, 170 kilograms. I haven't done deadlifting for a while, though. I might try doing the unilateral deadlifts, actually. I was trying them out earlier, the single-legged bodyweight deadlift. And maybe I might just start doing kind of like strengthening with just like a light weight or something, let's say using just a barbell at start, and then just kind of, because you don't need that much weight to like really, because it's unilateral, so you're using one leg, and that's going to help improve stability, and that's what I want to try and focus on, is improve stability. It's going to help improve core strength, and yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm 30. I mean, I'm fine. I've not had any problems with it. Just yeah. Yeah, 170. I mean, in fact, I think taller people might have a bit of an advantage on deadlifts. I tend to find that taller people might be able to do a bit more. They might have better leverages on deadlifts, whereas on, say, bench press, I probably wouldn't do as well due to the longer arms and stuff. But yeah. What's that? Don't listen to that strike. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's. I don't know. Everyone's got their own opinions and stuff. So, but you have to listen to your body. If you feel like you need a rest day, then take a rest day. IDL. Oh yeah, IDLs. I was talking about the single leg deadlift, which is where you just kind of put one leg behind and then kind of lower yourself down and kind of like, yeah, it's just with that version it's probably safer, and yeah, you can like really like build the strength without having to worry about massive loads of weights and stuff, because it can be quite easy to break form, and I've heard some nasty shit it happens. So yeah, I'd rather focus on just kind of getting stronger in like a safe way. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, maybe I could do some heavy deadlifts again, but yeah, it can start to feel a bit kind of uncomfortable once you start getting to like really heavy weights and stuff. But it can be good for like, yeah, just building like overall strength. But yeah, anyway. I mean, 45, I mean, it depends. I think unless you're like low testosterone, I mean, there's a lot of guys that they haven't really, like, there was this guy called Al Cavadlo, and he's like a calisthenics guy. Hello, Iram. I think he's in his 40s, and his testosterone is like 770, if I remember, he said. So I don't think a guy who has testosterone at 770 needs to go on TRT. That guy's in his 40s. So yeah, I think he was 46 or something like that. So yeah, just yeah, this whole TRT thing is a joke to me, really. I mean, I don't think most guys need to do that. I mean, maybe if you're like past 60 or something like that and you're starting to suffer from things, but I mean, to say that you need to take it if you're over 45, I think it sounds like a lot of bullshit that these people are trying to like convince you. There's a lot of money to be made from this shit. You end up on a fucking lifetime of subscription. So you're telling me that someone gets to 45 and then they're going to be on a subscription for the next 40, 50 years. Are you kidding me? I mean, because you're going to be on that shit for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just not going to have any of these nonsense people in here, you know. I mean, don't want to kind of, you know, sort of ruin the vibe of this thing. But yeah, anyway, thank you for the likes, everybody. Yeah, so I might try do some single leg. I mean, you could actually do it with a kettlebell maybe actually as well. The single leg body weight deadlift. Yeah, you could put one out in front and then kind of, yeah. And do it that way. But what are your rules? What do you mean? You do it to keep your muscles. True, it is money grab, but it will keep you looking fit and jacked. Well, depends if you've reached your peak or whatever, but it's like you're not really going to be probably losing muscle unless you're getting older. The rate that you'll lose muscle is going to be very, very slow. I don't think you really have to worry until you're getting old for the most part. Kettlebell swings, yeah. I was talking about using a kettlebell on, say, like basically on a unilateral deadlift. So using, say, like, you would basically have like 1 foot behind, 1 foot in front, and just like leaning forward, and then kind of just having that out in front, and then kind of lifting up the kettlebell, using that as some resistance. But you could argue it might help with the stability, having some counterweight. So if you're struggling with the stability, it might help a little bit. It's kind of like when people do the Cossack squat. It might actually help them because the counterweight, it kind of balances out the, might be to do with the center of gravity or whatever, but it helps make it a bit more stable. But as you start getting stronger, then you just like increase the weight. And truth to Eunice, what's that? Hello, Bullet. What are you saying? Okay. What is it with these comments, eh? Oh, goodness. But yeah, there's tons and tons of different ways to train, is what I've come to realize. I didn't realize how many exercises there could be. There's probably like thousands of them, thousands of different variations, maybe even tens of thousands. The list is like endless. Yeah, I know, there's a lot of childish people in here. But yeah, it's like you can, even with say like bodyweight exercises, like you can, there's a whole bunch of different variations of chest workouts, for example. You can do different variations of push-ups, different variations, like, but you've got plyometric push-ups, you've got even things like clapping push-ups, side-to-side push-ups, like pseudo planche push-ups. What else is there? Like archer push-ups. So there's a whole like list of different, just for that, even just for that one body part, for example. It's like, that's just for calisthenics exercises. And then you've got like, say, deficit push-ups where you've got with a deeper range of motion. And it's like you can just keep going on and on and on. Just even for that one body part, there's probably like 100 or so different exercises for it. And you can mix them up in a way that's kind of creative and not boring, and you can just kind of try different things. And yeah. What is Eunice all about? Just get out of here, guys, if you're just gonna mess around. Ain't nobody got time for that. Hello, Mick Lloyd. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Just cleaning up the chat. There we go. Yeah, these people just need to get a life, don't they? I mean, yeah, they might be kids and all that, but still, they just need to find something better to do. Yeah, it does get a lot of trolls sometimes, but just have to keep it clean in here. And yeah, because I don't want to end up putting people off the chat, you know. I don't want to put off genuine people from the chat. Hello, Strolling Street. What's that? What do you mean? Whatever. You know, if you're boring, if you think it's boring, that's your opinion. Then hello, what's this? The real Mundell. Yes, I am. Yes, I'm from England. Where are you from? I don't know. I don't know much about Bolivia. Yeah. Does not go more than 12 usually. Well, I've had it 20 odd at times, so whatever. Just go away. I mean, probably more than what you're fucking getting anyway. Yeah, I've seen it get 20 odd at times. So just fuck off. You know what I mean? But I don't know much about Bolivian politics. I don't really look into kind of, you know, these countries are like, I don't know, like what's going on. Like, I don't really pay much attention and stuff with these sort of things. It's like, yeah, you go and do your own lives or something if you're gonna, you know, it's got 7 people, doesn't usually go more than 12. Well, we've got 12 now, but anyway. Let's see if we get more than 12 in this chat, right? Let's see if we can prove this motherfucker wrong and get more than 12 people in here. Hello, Fiona. How you doing? I'm in York, England. Where are you from? You can rock. My name is Bonds, James Bond. My name is Bonds, James Bond. Yes, with the posh accent, isn't it? Volcanic ash. What you saying? I don't know, this chat can just be so stupid at times. I don't know what's going on. How you doing anyway, Fiona? Hope you well. Wasn't there a character in Shrek called Fiona? Yeah. Scunthorpe, no, I live in York. I used to live in Blackburn. Scunthorpe doesn't, oh, we're on 13 viewers. There we go. We've gone above 12 now. So that motherfucker just kind of like, yeah, we're on 13 now. Can we get in it, bruv? There you go. I just did it. How you doing anyway, Matthew? Hello there, Matthew. Pay fees tells the philosophy for put people in time. I mean, just go away, you know. If you're just gonna be like that, you know. The hell. Just leave me alone. Where's Prince? I don't know. I don't know where he is. I don't really care because he's just it's nothing. It's not going to affect me, is it? I mean, these people probably should be locked up, but yeah, I mean, they probably have them in our government, but it's just there's a lot in society, isn't there, that's even on your doorstep. There could be these sort of people, you know. You just never know. A lot of dodgy people out there, you know. Just gotta just gotta keep your kids safe and stuff because you never know. Even their uncle might be, some dodgy ass guy or something, you know what I mean? Thank you, Andrew. Bol ol war or how can you read all the files? There are millions. Well, yeah, no, it's just it would take forever, wouldn't it? Yeah, take forever. But anyway, some reckon it's some kind of distraction. But what are they distracting us from? Oh yeah, Herbert the poet. I can do an impression of him, kind of. Hi there, Chris. Hi, Mama. See, I'm Paperboy, Chris. Oh, hey, Mr. Herbert. Temple of Zeus. Oh, really? Don't know much about that. If you're on it, I don't know. Temple of Zeus. Can you tell us about that then? Yeah. Thank you for the likes, everybody. So what's everybody been up to today? Hi Noah, how you doing? Reminds me of a joke. Need an arc? I know a guy. Let me just kind of stop with the bullshit. Low frequency paradigm. Possibly. It feels like that sometimes, but I'm trying to sort of think more positively. Maybe it's sort of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you think negative thoughts, then you create more of a negative reality, and a more negative perception of reality will just keep on creating more of that kind of just a downward spiral of negativity. We have to be careful what things that we give energy to, because that can just keep us perpetuating that mindset around things. So consuming more positive things that can try to reinforce positivity. What if the state creates a negative reality? Well, maybe that's what they want us to think. What if they really don't have that much power and we're just giving them power by, like, people will give them power by voting for them and just paying any attention to them whatsoever. That if we all just decided collectively, it was like, yeah, we don't really want to be told what to do, then they wouldn't have any power over us, would they? You know what I mean? If we did not recognize them as any authority, then, well, how are they going to do that then? How are they going to have authority if we just don't recognize them as such? And that's easier said than done, but if we collectively said, you know what, we don't recognize them as an authority, then they don't have authority over us. It's like the thing is, well, they need us more than we need them. They want us to think that we need them. We could probably do better without them. Yeah. What you're saying? What do you mean, Inoch? What is that about? Don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, so that they're trying to condition you to think that you need them, that we need this big daddy government when, well, maybe we don't need them. Maybe we can, figure something out ourselves if we're given the chance to. But if people can just stop voting for these governments and but the thing is, you could say, well, as long as somebody votes for them, then they're going to give them power. But I don't know. It's a tricky one, but it's just. Well, I think that if you think that the government has power over you, then they do. Like, you have to become somebody who's resilient, somebody who's adaptable, somebody who can, adapt to whatever adversity that they try and throw at you. They say when the going gets tough, the tough get going. It's about your mindset. See it as a challenge rather than being a victim. Like, you have to just see yourself as somebody who's, playing a game called life, and there might be obstacles in the way, but that kind of makes it fun, If it was so easy, then maybe it would be boring. We've got to try and see the positive in everything, haven't we? Hello, Stella, and be like, oh, maybe we can, sort of like, Thank you, Screwed. What you mean, look at his shorts? What are you saying? Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I do leave my room. It's like if they ever actually bothered to watch my shorts, then they would see that I do leave my room. Yeah, you're right. Well, just go away then, If you're not even going to sub to me, then why the fuck are you even in here? Just go away. You know what I mean? Get out of here. You know what I mean? If you're not even going to, sub to me or anything, then just... Hello, Gordon Ramsay. How is it going, Gordon fucking Ramsay? Lots of training shorts too. Yeah, that's what I mean. Doing either outdoor lives or outdoor stuff. I even did a workout live outdoors the other day as well. Like, I did the pull-ups and stuff. Pull-ups and dips mainly, and some rows. That's what I did for my outdoor live. No, I don't have a dog. No, I don't have any pets. These people are just really ignorant and just, you know what I mean? If they don't even bother to look at my channel, then you have no business asking, oh, do you ever leave your room? Like, if you actually look at my fucking channel, then maybe that would, instead of leaving these snarky ass comments and shit. Like, I can tell when people are just coming here just to be a dick, so, anyway. But these people are probably just bored or whatever, I don't know. There's something obviously not right. They feel the need to keep coming in here and spreading their negativity. We keep it positive in here. Like I said, you have to, make sure your environment is positive. Now, of course, we don't want toxic positivity. We need to be able to give each other constructive criticism and things like that. But as in, if people are just coming in here and being negative for the sake of it, because they're bored or whatever, then that's not energy that I want in here. we should all be trying to uplift each other. Sometimes we have to be brutally honest with each other, but it should be done to uplift and to help. Because, anyway. Yeah, philosophy. Okay, go ahead. What philosophy do you want to talk about? Yeah. Okay, thank you, Weston. Do you like I don't know. I don't like Machiavellianism. It's all about manipulation and deceit and stuff. Oh, thank you, SadiX. It's like Machiavellianism is about using manipulation and deception to get what you want. We should be just honest and be, kind of, if we want something, we have to learn to go through the effort to get there instead of trying to manipulate somebody, because that's just like a cheating way to get to what you want to in life. Now, we can help, we can try and influence people in a good way, but Machiavellianism is all about like part of the dark triad. It's narcissism, psychopathy, and Machiavellianism. Why is it that when a man is granted his wish, he suffers, yet wishes he does more? What do you call that? Motivation, escape from depression? I really want to hear your thoughts, sir. What are you saying, that when a man suffers, that he wishes he suffers more? It's like that whole David Goggins thing of like seeing suffering as some kind of, it's almost like a reward, weirdly enough. It's like, I just find it all a bit, it gets really toxic, and like the craving punishment. I don't understand that really. I mean, hello Jed, how are you doing? It's like you craving punishment, like that just sounds like your self, infliction, whatever you call it. He explains people's true intentions. Everyone does it. By intention, it's bad, but if you do it without realizing, it's fine. Everyone manipulates subtly. Some will take the piss. Well, I guess you could say, well, we all manipulate in some way to like get what we want. But in terms of like when people do things in a deceitful way and where they take things to like a level of where it's unethical or even immoral, then that's where I draw the line. Imagine you get a dream job, you finally have everything you beg for, you aren't happy no more, and nothing matters. Struggles from 1 to 100. So we are going to 100 and more, and then what is next? Yeah, it's just like a never-ending loop then, isn't it? You got to think to yourself, what is it that you're really escaping from? If you're just constantly inflicting torture onto yourself, it's like this toxic hustle culture. What are you doing all that for? Stressing yourself out. There's some of these people working 60, 70, 80 hours a week, stressing themselves out, hardly sleeping in some cases. Why do that to yourself? That's not good for your mental or physical health. But they just keep doing it. You make $1,000, you make 100 grand, and start to ask yourself, was this all worth it? Absolutely not, brother. Yeah, exactly. It's just the whole thing of like constantly, it's this whole thing called the hedonic treadmill. So you're like never truly happy, basically, is what I'm saying. Like, any happiness is short-lived, fleeting, and the only way I think that people can truly be happy, I believe, is through getting out of your comfort zone. I think that's really what I believe is ultimately going to help you stay feeling fulfilled in life, breaking out of that, because it's almost like discomfort becomes the comfort zone, which if you know what I mean. Like, that's something that they put themselves through every day. That's something that they're used to doing. But if they actually had to break out and do something completely new, something out of the realms of like what they're used to doing, then that might finally help you to, feel some sense of like novelty and a sense of break from the mundane, basically. Peace or traveling. I mean, could you not find peace within traveling? I don't know. I think having freedom is something that I value. But then at the same time, if I couldn't have peace while that, then I don't know. But could I truly have peace without freedom? If I felt confined and yeah. But it depends. It's like, it goes back to the thing of like, who's to say there has to be sacrifice? That's a narrative that you create saying, oh, it's going to be sacrifice. Well, I mean, you could argue that everything in life has a sacrifice, but I mean, in terms of like, I guess it depends on some people consider, mod cons like comforts and stuff like for example, having a central heated home, but surely you could always find a way of doing these things. It's all about just kind of learning as you go, and that's the thing of breaking out your comfort zone. And it might be a bit of a learning curve at first if you want to, some people, they'll do say, van life or whatever, and they have to figure things out on the go. And that can be daunting, but for a lot of people, once they've gotten used to it, then it's just like back to the comfort zone again. So then you try something else new until it becomes mundane. So like, some people can make, life say if they have a van life, if they get a decent one and it's got a good amount of kit in there and you know how to heat it and stuff, and it's got a nice bed in there, it's like it can pretty much just be as comfortable as any other home. So it's one of those things, it's like it's as comfortable as you make it, really. But I think for a lot of people it's just a psychological step of breaking out of that comfort zone. But maybe see it more as expanding your comfort zone rather than breaking your comfort zone. Hello, Will Meller. What are you saying? Oh, good. Grab a puppy and call that freedom. So how's that freedom then? You could say, well, it's not true freedom if you're having to be bound to your dog all the time, and you can't just let the dog free. And yeah. Anyway, right, I'm gonna restart the live, guys.